we are live on Facebook and now we're live on Instagram. Today we've got Jordan here, we've got myself. We're going to be talking about building an online presence.
Online.
And the reason I came up with this idea is because I was talking to somebody on the phone that had a business for like 20, 15 years. And they were like, yeah, things are changing now and word of mouth jobs is amazing and they still get some, but they want more consistency so that they can do even more and have like a consistent way of keeping to grow the business, because he said it was something that is now changing. Obviously you have to adapt, and we've learned from Ty Lopez, I've heard, that the people who succeed are not like the fastest, the smartest, or the strongest, is whoever's the most adaptable. So that's what I'll be talking about today. Would you like to start or should I go? Like how do we build an online presence? Like if you're a contractor that's been working for like 15, 20 years, you're already like at a couple million a year, what should you be doing?
I mean, that's the thing.
Let's not give them publicity.
Okay, that's the thing. There's so many things that you can do. Like you can spend more time thinking about what to do as far as building an online presence than you would actually building an online presence. And before I go into like kind of what I mean, I just want to mention that George mentioned that the idea of like word of mouth referrals. You know, it's we find that a lot of people we talk to, it's like their whole business is based on word of mouth, which in some instances, most of the time, those are like really easy sales because people already know, like, and trust you because it's a referral, right?
They've probably seen your work.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a way that you can, like, if you build an online presence, there's nothing saying that you can't get word of mouth referrals that way too. Like, it just, if anything, having an online presence would be like a microphone for your customers to give you more word of mouth referrals. So basically, to go into how to build an online presence,
there's a lot of things you can do, what you were saying. And so, like, let's pretend that the people look at a tree.
A tree.
Of opportunities. An apple tree. So let's say that people look at an apple tree, for example, and so there's fruit that is at the very top of the tree, and then there's fruit that is hanging, low-hanging fruit. So what would be that low-hanging fruit for the people?
The low-hanging fruit
that doesn't take so much energy, resources, and
the low-hanging fruit would just be to make an Instagram page for your business as well as a Facebook page for your business, and then like you don't even have to put money into editing these videos or anything. You can just start posting your work, and once you do that, the trick is to just start posting, because the more you post.
So first thing, obviously, like set up a Facebook, Instagram page, right? Like put your logo on there so people know that you're the same company on each, and then start creating the content, which is what you're saying. Like start. The guy I was talking to, he's like, yeah, like my phone is full of like 4,000, 5,000 photos of just things that go wrong at the projects. He doesn't actually like take photos of like finished product. And I'm like, so okay, that's like the first thing that you should be doing.
There's a story there. Yeah. There's a story in all of those pictures.
So mention so back to like what you were saying is like taking that content, you don't have to spend a lot of money to edit it. You can just put it together, stitch it together on an app like this on Instagram or Facebook, TikTok, and then start posting it organically. So that's the first thing. That's what you're saying. Post it organically.
Post it organically and be consistent with it. Like, you don't have to take any other actions until you get consistent with posting, because the more you post, the better your content's going to become, because you're just going to learn, right?
Yeah, so like once a week, twice a week.
Yeah.
Just be consistent is the point.
Yeah, that's
show
what
off your work, show off your workers, show off the crew, show off like what you guys can actually do and what benefits to people and how you're different than every other like landscape company or general contracting company.
Another thing you can do, I guess, which would be another one of the lower hanging fruit, would be to find another business in your sphere. It doesn't have to be the exact same business, but preferably if it isn't the same business, and see how you can partner up on some sort of content. Instagram's got a pretty cool collaborator feature where multiple people can collaborate on one piece of content that shows a variety of different things. So if you have a like if you're a general contractor, you collaborate with your trades guys that have the thing is they kind of have to have an Instagram following as well to an extent.
So you can kind of like hijack their authority or their audience.
Yeah. In a way, yeah, it's a pretty aggressive word to use.
Well,
I mean, it is though. It is using like hijacking their authority.
but it's fine.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too, though, that is free, is like that people can do right away, is like a website. It's super simple. Could be a couple hundred to like a couple thousands.
It could be one page. It could be multiple pages.
Well, yeah, depending on the services that you offer. Just make it easier for the people to opt in, to request a quote, and to like get to you. And then the other thing would be like a Google My Business profile, which is also free, and then you start getting reviews on there. You could start getting reviews on like Homestars and a house and whatever else there is, like Facebook and stuff. But Google reviews is probably like the best place that you can send traffic to. You would likely want to have your QR code on your
Business cards
card,
or
so
the
that people
lawn
can go.
signs. Yeah.
Yeah, so that people, well, maybe, but then the people can go to the Google My Business and give you a review there. Other than that, you have, so your social media, you started posting, you got your Google My Business, getting reviews on there. You've got your website, which if you're not sending any traffic to it, you can expect your website to do much. It's more like a brochure for the people. Your pages on Facebook and Instagram are going to be more like a portfolio, so that people see the type of work that you're doing. They see that you're consistent and that you're not just taking people's money and running away and not really tackling the problems that they give you.
I think a little higher up on the tree.
Yeah.
I think the higher you get up on the tree, the less time that you have to put in, but like the more it'll cost in another way.
But this is not going to get you jobs right away either. Like just posting online and stuff, it's not going to get you jobs right away or leads right away. What will is you having good pages and then starting to put money into advertising so that you can start generating leads, phone calls, and more estimates, so that you have the opportunity to be able to close more deals. But that is a low hanging fruit.
Sorry, what was that low hanging fruit?
Ads.
Ads, okay.
It is a low hanging fruit, but it's a little bit higher. Like you
higher
actually
up.
do need some resources to be able to do that. You can't just go in for free and start generating leads. You need to put at least, we say minimum 30, 40 bucks a day, work to $100 a day, so that you can start generating those leads. And you don't have to do it forever, because you might get busy. But if you are a company that has the team members to be able to handle the work, then you can scale as much as you can, and you can spend that ad budget every single month.
Yeah.
What else?
I guess another thing you could do is, I guess this would be a little lower. I'd say a little lower than ads, but it's just educating yourself on like telling proper stories. Like figuring out how you can weave storytelling into your content as a contractor. I guess George brought up that good example of how the guy he was talking to takes a bunch of pictures of where things go wrong on the job site. So that in and of itself, you can take a picture and that's a video you talking about how something went wrong and how you fixed it. So learning how to weave stories into your content is another good low-hanging fruit. You don't have to pay anybody to do it. You can just basically learn yourself. But then there's that time. You got to pay your time in order to learn how to do that. So it's a little higher than just posting, but a little lower than running ads.
And the organic content that you post doesn't have to be just on Facebook, Instagram. You could like put that on YouTube Shorts. You can put that on TikTok, LinkedIn, like all the pages. And you can build like an omnipresence of all your content, so that you can get possible like referrals from other trades.
But obviously, it does
that
sound,
takes time. That takes time too.
And the idea of omnipresence is honestly, it's a little intimidating, because there's so many places where you should show up. So if you start posting, if you start weaving stories into your content, if you start running ads, then there's another action you can take, and that's actually hiring some sort of social media manager that's less of the content side and more of a way to help you become more omnipresent, like finding someone that can help you get on the podcast, because that's another great way to hijack authority. If there's
PR too.
Yeah, PR. I'd say that's I guess that kind of falls into that. You can get people to write. You can pay to be in like Forbes articles or like any sort of larger publishers that you can then put on your website, which not only helps with SEO for like the long game, but it also helps build like a lot of authority in your space. What else? What other apples are there?
That's for like online presence. So after you have like a list of people, maybe you have like a client list for the past 20 years of like 100 clients you've worked with. builder
I hope
for
it's up. I
whatever.
hope it's more than 100 after 20 years.
Yeah. Unless you're building like a couple $100 million type of jobs. Okay, we're back here. So, yeah, if you have like a list, then you can upload that onto social media platforms and then build a lookalike audience out of those people so that you can get similar type of an audience and then target those people. But it's like what we do is so simple. It's like if we had a contractor or let's say concrete, for example, like tell us what they do. It's probably very simple as well. It's just like the way that they do it and how to do it. There's
Yeah.
like
Little nuances
that you got to know because there's so much to know about it when you're in like the work itself, like in the trenches. So if you guys ever want to work with us, we're happy to take on some extra clients that are in construction or in construction sales. We love that, like equipment or materials. Love those. General contractors as well. Just DM us to see if we might be able to help.
Or also, like, if you've got some sort of system that if you got a service that you know you're the best at, that you want to kind of create into more of like a money generating system that's like a little more predictable, systematized. We love helping with that as well, especially like a good way to think garden suites, ADUs, granny flats,
prefabricated
homes. All that stuff is great because there's a system behind it. And if you pair a good like paid media system with a system that's already in place,
good lead gen,
you're dancing.
Good lead gen, good sales, and a good execution team to be able to deliver the results for the client that's buying a couple $100,000 product or service. We would love that. And if you're watching this video now on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, really anywhere, LinkedIn, just drop a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what kind of questions you have. And just to end this off, we're going to give some book recommendations. I think you have one first.
Yes, actually, this one relates directly to what we're talking about today. And that's Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. I have some tips or some pointers here about how it's relating to you, the home improvement contractor. So this book talks about like being able to weave in stories with your content, because we've talked about this numerous times, but stories have been ingrained in humans since like we've been first around. That's how we share histories, through stories. So if you can figure out how you can weave your stories into your content, then it's just going to be another way for people to actually view your stuff. Teaches you about creating a following, not only a following, but a following of people who are devoted to you.
Like a cult following?
Essentially, like in a way. I mean, this one would be more relevant to people who are more like in the informational product space, that are more like influencers. But as far as it'd be pretty hard to create a cult following for a home improvement company, because many people aren't really buying.
Yeah, just multiple more like people who are inspired by like what you do.
It talks about sales funnels and how you can create a sales funnel through your social media, as far as like generating like income that way. It could be great for home improvement companies. And then the last point is just it helps create a pretty compelling offer. Russell Brunson does a great job at really breaking it down. He tells great stories in this book as well. I listened to it on Audible, so I'd recommend it. Expert Secrets, Russell Brunson is a must read. What about you?
I'll recommend Game Changers by Dave Asprey.
What's that about?
I read the book a while ago. It's just pretty much like supplements and things we ingest or not ingest make us have a really good day or a really bad day. So a lot of like contractors, they'll go through the day and like wake up really early, and the day almost like for some reason wear this like badge of pride that they are getting by with like a couple hours of sleep, for example, or like on a ton of coffee, or like oh, I just drank a couple beers and then knocked out yesterday. It's probably helping you. It's working for you up to a
short
certain
term,
point, until you get sick, and then you can't really do the business anymore, and hopefully then you're out of the business and can have other people work for you. But you don't want to get to that point. So
I think there's a reason why health and wealth rhyme.
Yeah, it's just like the main pillars, like health, wealth, happiness, like love, all equal happiness. So like wealth is important. Obviously, like get super rich, but your health is important as well.
Yeah.
So that's really good. It
And,
talks
and
about
what's
like
that called again? Game Changers?
Changers by
Okay.
Dave Asprey.
Okay.
Talks about nicotine, just different drugs,
Mhm.
caffeine, alcohol,
PEDs, performance enhancing drugs.
possibly too a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay.
It's cool. So, yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. Happy to help, and we'll TTYL. Talk soon.
Talk soon, everybody.
Bye.